What's up, JEFusion fans? This is Phil back with another video. So, I just watched the latest episode of Kingohger, I believe episode 36. So, this is the episode where we see them team up with the Kyoryugers. So, after watching the episode, what do I think? And I promise not to spoil much of this episode so you guys can see for yourselves and at least you have something to look forward to. But with that said, I would like to review this episode and share with you guys some important points. Again, spoilers withstanding, so or minus the spoilerific parts, so don't worry, I'm not gonna spoil it for this video. So with that, let's move on. So in the previous episode, we see Dagded open a portal to some sort of dimension where he sends the King Ogres because he's disappointed that his plan didn't work. So maybe by sending the King Ogres to another dimension, they would finally meet their doom. And it turns out that they were transported into this Earth. So notice how in Japanese, so the world where the King Ogres live is called Chikyu, which is also the name of this planet in Japanese. However, the difference is the world of the King Ogres, the Chikyu, is written in katakana, but the actual planet Earth that we live in is written in kanji. So, of course, the King Ogres learn about the name of the planet, and they're surprised to learn that the names of their worlds are the same. So, of course, they eventually realize that they are in a different dimension. Obviously, I mean, that's the basic premise of this episode. So, of course, we see returning cast members from the original Kyoryuger team, namely uh, Ian, Nobuharu, aka No-san, Soji, and actually, she does appear later in the episode, Amy. Now, uh, no, if you notice, did not mention two members. We obviously the ones missing are Daigo and Utsusemimaru. So something happened, but so their non-appearance in the show is explained. However, maybe at least the original actors were able to uh, provide some voice acting for this scene. So especially Ryoryusei, who played the Daigo Kiru in the original Kyoryuger, considering that he's very busy. Others say that his talent fee is now so expensive, considering how famous he had gotten. But I think maybe even without a very high talent fee, I think Ryo Ryusei would have loved to come back as Kyoryured once again. So it's possible that both reasons he's not able to join. But given that you still have like proper voice acting, um, I think if he had time, he would have loved to appear in the show. And also the same for Utsusemi Maru's actor. But again, like they do have voice acting for Utsusemi Maru and Daigo, and like I've said earlier, we see uh, there's a scene that explains why these two characters are absent basically for this episode. However, we do see a brand new character, guy named Prince, who is in many ways very similar to Daigo. So many people have already been assuming ever since the announcement of this new character. So, what is his relationship to the Kyoryugers, particularly with Kyoryured? So many people have already been speculating about that. What that kind of relation is, I'm not gonna tell you to avoid spoilers. But it's not necessarily it's not explicitly mentioned either. So even with what I said earlier, it's still basically a mystery as to who or what this prince character is. However, on the side of the King Ogers, so after being transported to this world, so of course they immediately noticed the threat of the Debos army. So when the King Ogers tried to fight, all but Gira were all the other members except Gira were not able to transform into their King Oger forms, and with Gira being the only one able to transform into Kuwagata Oger, this kind of confirms my previous theory. So you guys can look for that. Uh, but being the only one able to access his, ranger form, yeah, it does confirm my theory. So, of course, it shocks Yama because he and Gira were transported together in the same spot. Um, Kaguragi was by himself in another spot where he actually meets the Gentle, so Amy's butler, and then uh, Rita, Himeno, and Jeremy were transported in the same spot. So they landed on different areas, but of course they each meet a member of the Kyoryugers. So Gira and Yama meet Soji. Uh, Kaguragi meets Nobuharu, and the other three, so Jeremy, Rita, and Himeno meet Ian. So, like I mentioned, Amy does appear just a tiny little bit near the end of the episode, but she does appear anyway. Uh, and we learn that there were still remnants of the Debos, you know, tribe. So even though technically the Kyoryugers have defeated them 10 years earlier, so a brand new threat basically pushes mankind to its knees. So, for some reason, the Kyoryugers are unable to transform, and they are left with very little hope until the arrival of Prince. So, Prince's arrival isn't even explained that much, there were some things mentioned, but this is probably gonna be quite spoilerific, so um I leave it to you guys to watch and see for yourselves, where Prince comes from, I guess. But Prince is very strong, so even though he doesn't transform into a Kyoryuger yet, so he was able to take down a giant monster with a single slash of his sword. So he is a very powerful individual even before transforming into King Kyoryured. So how he does gain the power of King Kyoryured, well, this is for you guys to see for yourselves as well. So so now that I've kind of said everything that I think I need to say about this episode, what does this actually mean? So, of course, this year we're celebrating 10 years of Kyoryuger, and uh, probably we could get a 10 years later movie. Hopefully, uh, all the cast members are going to appear, and maybe king's entire identity might be revealed as well in that team up movie, not team up, but like anniversary movie. Although I think this team up episode with the Kingohgers is more of a, I would say, um, like a promotion. But there are so many interesting things in this episode that basically I would like you to see for yourselves. Like, especially like in the end, there's quite a revelation that might connect this world and the world of the King Ogers. So that's actually an exciting twist that you know you'd probably be surprised if you see for yourselves. So overall, what do I think of today's episode? I uh I'm really not into Prince. Probably it's the actor's first day, like his debut appearance on screen. So he's probably a new actor. I can forgive him for that, but he just doesn't have that charisma as Liu Sei Dio. Um, like I think a lot of people are annoyed at how Daigo takes center stage all the time in Kyoryuger, but Ryusei is a really, really good actor, and he does like his energy really just takes over the screen immediately, and uh, I think that's what made him a really popular actor after Kyoryuger. So yeah, this Prince guy doesn't really have that same energy as Daigo, or that charisma, and like from episode one. So Daigo really takes over, really quickly. So yeah, I think that's the weakest point of this episode. Uh, but other than that, there are so many interesting twists. Of course, I really do appreciate that all six Kyoryugers returned, even if Kyoryured and Kyoryugold are only voice acted and they only appear for like a few seconds. But Toei tried their best to bring the team together at least once more. And this is going to be a two-parter, so there's definitely going to be next. There's definitely going to be one next week. So how is this arc going to end, and how will it impact the story of the King Ogers in future episodes as well? So for today, I'm giving King Oger episode 36 nice 3.5 out of 5. Like, it is definitely enjoyable, but I don't know, Prince doesn't just cut it for me just yet. But I do like the introduction of King Kyoryured. That there's definitely going to be toys sold. Of course, we already know that the King Kyoryu caliber is coming out. There's also a Yudo figure for King Kyoryu Red coming soon, and who knows, maybe later within the year they'd announce an SHF version. So, who knows? But those are already like potential things. Recently, Bandai just announced that they're all also releasing a memorial edition Gabri Volver. So it's basically like a CSM, complete selection modification. So definitely, if you're a fan of Kyoryuger, I recommend that you get one. And who knows, maybe the King Kyoryu caliber might be compatible. Like you can attach them and turn it into the Gaburi cannon. So, yeah, I do like this episode, but it's definitely not the best episode of Kingohger so far. I've seen far better, but I'm still looking forward to the next episode and seeing how this story again, this arc, ends. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. And as always, please do leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, and don't forget that notification bell so you get the latest from JEFusion. This has been Philip, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.